I've been a full-time content creator for a little over a year, and something I learned very quickly is that when women are content creators, we almost always view it as a hobby, and when men are content creators, we view it as a career. Now, I'm thinking about this because I saw a video from Tim Chusano, who I really love following. I love his content. And he was talking about how he became a full-time content creator. In his video, he was talking about his journey to becoming a full-time self-employed person. And when he was doing so, he said, I have 4 jobs. I'm a content creator, I'm a speaker, I'm a consultant, and I'm a writer. I love that he's kind of breaking the fourth wall and talking to people about what it looks like to have this as a career and all of the different streams of revenue that he has, all the different work that he's doing. Now, I couldn't help but think about my own experience as a content creator and the experiences of a lot of my friends, because I know a lot of female content creators. And whenever I say that I am a working mom in a video, I will inevitably get a comment that says, you're not a working mom, you're a content creator. Now, I am a content creator, but I also do a lot of things offline that have nothing to do with content creation. I do consulting, I do speaking, I write, I do all the same things that Tim Chusano does. But because I'm a woman, I am simply a content creator. I've noticed that when men are content creators, they are often seen as industry disruptors, right? People who are changing the game, who are changing the way that we view marketing, right? But when women do it, it's simply just a fun little silly hobby that they do. I will say this is something that happens to women in all lines of work, especially female-dominated lines of work. Teaching, I think about nursing, right? All of these things that are typically dominated by women, we often view them as a hobby or something that women do because they love it, not because it's a job. But last time I checked, anything that pays you for doing it is a job, right? And most of the content creators that I know are the breadwinners in their families. They are making more than their partners. They are paying for their kids' education. They're paying for their husband's retirement. They sometimes retire their husbands from their own careers, right? They're building businesses. They are not simply creating content. They are creating sustainable, profitable businesses. I always find it so funny too, because whenever I talk about childcare and how my kids are in daycare or after school care or summer camp, people will say, why? You're just a content creator. That's not a real job. Keep your kids home. Now, this is not surprising, right? It's not unusual for people to dismiss the work that women do or undervalue that work or simply view it as a hobby, something they do until they have kids and then, they're going to stay at home. It's not really a job. It's just something fun they're doing. I'm not personally surprised by any of this because there's so many double standards when it comes to how we view men and women in the workplace and marriage and in parenting. And we often applaud men for doing the very same things that we scold women for doing. Now, none of this is commentary on Tim or other content creators, right? This is more commentary on the way that we view men and women when they exist in the same spaces. Content creation is a massive industry that is mostly dominated by women, and these women are so incredibly smart, and so many of the women that I know that are successful content creators worked in advertising and marketing and operations. They had careers that enabled them to be really good at being a content creator. Anyways, all this is just to say that if men and women are doing the exact same thing for work, we should treat it exactly the same way.